Hi, I'm Godfrey Crane. I've been a volunteer here at the Institute for the last 12 years, doing a variety of projects. Right now, I'm curating a collection of the company books of a company which had existed for about 20 years in the early 20th century, founded by a very versatile man called Spencer Heath, who started in the aviation industry making propellers more or less as a favor for friends, and finally graduated to making about 3/4 of the propellers used by the US government on training aircraft in World War I. These of course were wooden propellers. He started off doing this work in a building in the backyard of his mother's house in Washington. And when he ran out of space there, he found himself a spot in Baltimore and ended up with 4 factories at the end of World War I. And as I said, he produced a huge quantity of propellers for the US military. And then in the end of 1918, when the armistice came, his business dropped off catastrophically, but he found other things to do with the premises and with his skills, and ultimately sold the company to Bendix in 1929 and went on to other pursuits. And what we have in this little room is all the company papers, including canceled checks and vouchers and time cards for employees, handwritten drafts of letters to be given to secretaries to type, and the company books, which started off as being one little wallet-sized book for the company in 1910 when it was founded, to, as you'll see, large ledgers, all handwritten, several different ledgers for a year depending on a particular kind of accounting. He was a highly successful man, and we received these materials from his grandson, Spencer Heath McCallum, and our director, Evan Davies, is drafting a book about the company's activities during World War I with wooden propellers.
So if there's anything you want to say about this propeller, Godfrey, you can.
You want the microphone?
Maybe I see how it looks. I don't know what I'm pointing at. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's running, so you can talk if you want.
I just pick up on here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. This is a model of a Paragon brand wooden propeller from Spencer Heath's factory, and it's probably a giveaway or promotional item, but we regard it as rather precious. It's the only one we've got. And you can see here how it's made of laminations of different kinds of wood. This might be, say, birch and mahogany. Later on, Heath decided to just stay standardized on quarter sawn white oak. There's pegs here, which are probably what was fitting the various laminations together. They were also held together with glue. And it's a fine piece that's unfortunately gotten damaged here, so of course if that were ever used even on a model airplane, it would probably shake the thing to pieces. But propellers are rather fragile because they're easily damaged in the kind of aviation that was done when he got started. And so there was a continuous market for propellers. And when we get into World War I and training aircraft, that got to be really large. After the war, when Spencer Heath's sales went down catastrophically, this is one of the things he did to bring in some money. He took model propellers. These things are not designed to fly, and he put this clock in there and a couple of little wheels, and a strut at the back to stop it from tipping over. And I believe he asked $15 for these, so it'd be about $150 now. And I've no idea how many he sold, but we have a collection of about 15 up here, and we think it's rather cute, and also rather sad in a way that he was reduced to doing this kind of thing, but he was trying to keep the doors open.